Enjoy.
Welcome to We the Thunder. I'm Shooter, and I'm also here with the guy they call Schoolie.
How can we be expected to teach children to learn how to read if they can't even fit inside the building?
Come on, Thomas Schoolie. All right, I'm glad we got a lot of people out there already watching. Yes, we're going to talk about some horrible hockey that's been played since last Friday, especially Saturday night. And we'll throw in Monday with that as well. But we've got a guest, and I think this is going to be a lot more interesting and a lot more fun than talking about those horrible hockey games, which we will talk about. Don't worry, we will talk about that. But I want to bring on Jack from Momento. For anyone that has not seen Momento, I guess we'll let Jack describe what it is. But Jack, welcome to We the Thunder. What we like to do is give you a little bit of a lightning strike as you enter. We like the shirt. Thomas and I know exactly what Momento is. We know it's been around for most of the season. Thomas is holding up one of his printed Mementos right now. What is this all about, this Momento?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, guys. We're really excited to be down here in Tampa with the Lightning. It's been just awesome so far. The fans, the staff, you name it, it's been great. And what we do is basically we have 14 cameras set up around Amalie Arena, and at any given moment, we, with the push of a button, capture pictures for all 14, and it covers about 98% of the building. Fans can go to our website, put in their seat information, and they can find themselves reacting to the biggest moments. I know you guys are going to talk about the games this weekend. Prior to that, there was 8 in a row, 1 at home that we got a lot of great moments, a couple overtime winners in there as well. And you can go relive all of them right now at our website. It's something we're really excited about. It's something our CEO, Austin, and President Tom, father-son duo, and they have decades of experience in their family in the camera world. And this is something they did right as Austin graduated college, and it's just kind of taken off over these last few years. We're down here in Tampa. We're with the Seattle Kraken as well. Had a stint with the Seattle Seahawks, so it's just been a lot of fun. I've been down in Tampa personally. I've met a lot of the great fans, a lot of the great staff, and it's just been, it's exceeded our expectations so far here in these 6 weeks.
So how does it work to actually get signed up? I got the website up. It's mymomento.com. How exactly, if I'm going to go to the game tomorrow night, do I get these images sent to me? Do I go there and put in my seat number and what game it is?
So you go to actually lightning.mymomento.com. It's different per team. That way it allows, it's easier. It's team specific, team oriented. It'll go in, you'll see, it'll say, let's go. There's a let's go page. It'll show you kind of the printed commemorative tickets we offer at the home page. You then go in, you pick the game. You can even go back. We've been at games since New Year's Eve. So we've got pictures from those games as well that fans can go back and find right now. And you select your game, you enter your seat information from that game, and from there you can relive over, we shoot for 30 or more pictures taken at a given time. Obviously, there's been some games, the 7-3 games against the Wild comes to mind, that there's lots of goals and lots of room for excitement for Lightning fans, and that's what we're looking for. So it's been a lot of fun, and from there you can pick your photo. You can crop it as well. Sometimes it comes in a little bit of a wider shot, or sometimes you're with a group of 20 people and you want that all in one shot. You can crop it any way you want. And then we have, our printed commemorative ticket that we're doing outside of Section 128 right now, where fans can enter their seat and get you see it there from Schoolie. You get your seat information, right? And, I'm 27 years old, but I have a stack of hundreds and hundreds of tickets from every sporting event I went through growing up, and you just don't get those printed tickets anymore because it's all kind of gone mobile. So it's a great keepsake. It's a little bit more commemorative. It's a little more personalized, and something we're really, really excited about.
And it's free. So go down to 128. I mean, literally, they'll advertise it a couple times during the game. And you guys had changed the paper because this was the first day of the black jersey. So you had used the black paper for it. And they advertised it a couple times during the game. So I went down there just between the second and third and set up. You just give them your seat number and they print it out right there in the printer for you. It just takes like a minute to do. And then off you go.
Yeah, Serena says thank you because this is awesome. And actually, it really is. We obviously found this a couple months ago. It must have been when you just started. And I will share my screen here because we have captured already, myself and Schoolie. Do you remember exactly what goal this was?
No.
Neither do I, but I think this is pretty cool. Let's throw this up there. There we are. I've got my 2010s Bolts jersey that I sometimes break out. And there's Thomas on the edge. And we've got a high five captured there. I think the guy next to me was hoping that I would high five him first, but you got the first high five, Schoolie.
And it's funny, you can see my usher come running in there because she gives high fives every time we score. So Molly's in there giving a high five. My seat neighbors are in there to give high fives. It's good when you can do this. And a lot of people only think the first one you see on the lightning.my memento is the one you get. There's actually tons of them. You will see, and there's even a header at top that usually says like Kucherov makes it 2-0, Pointer 3-2 or whatever. So it tells you what goal you're celebrating on the top of that when you go onto their page. So it's really cool to see the different reactions and stuff like that. And if you move seats, so obviously this is my season ticket seats, but occasionally I'll sit down with somebody else, or I've sat in Mandingo seats. I've sat on the glass, and all you got to do is then change the seat location, and you'll find yourself there too. So it's perfect. Just whatever game you're at, just pick that seat location, and you'll find yourself.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. And then like what you're saying before with how you guys will print them out too, which section is that? 128?
Yeah.
128, yes.
Yeah, I went by there last game to say hi. I think I met Austin. And yeah, like that's a really good point. I was talking to somebody about that at Saturday's game. Like you don't get that ticket like you used to get. Like I know so many people that used to collect, whether it was a Lightning hockey game from, the Ice Palace back in the day, or the Fairgrounds, or the Thunderdome, or a lot of people, collected those concert tickets. You just don't get those anymore because everything's freaking on your phone. So you don't get that memento of what a good name of what happened. So I think this is a really, really cool idea. And if you have not tried it, try it out tomorrow night if you're going to the game, or later on this season. I know we hit the road, I think, after tomorrow. We'll look at the schedule coming up. But if you have not tried this out, definitely try it out. It's a lot of fun. And then once you know that the camera is going to be on you, your reactions get even bigger and better. We won't even share what Thomas Schoolie has captured me doing on Momento.
Someone might have been playing with his nipples during one of the pictures.
I get excited when the Lightning score a goal. Now, do you also do like, so for example, Saturday night, the Florida Panthers kicked our ass at our own arena. Are you taking pictures of all 9 of their goals too? So can you see me crying?
It's not a bad idea. We try not to get every visitor goal. For instance, in a 9-2 game, I think there was 4 or 5 of them captured, but it is for the road fans too. And obviously, we're biased toward the Lightning. We want the Lightning to win every game that we go to. We want them to score 10 goals every game. But if there were Panthers fans in attendance, they can go find themselves, pouring it on in the first period. It's Lightning branded, of course, because we are catering to the Lightning and, the home team for these games. But we're capturing as much as we can. And at some point we do let up because at the end of the day, we know our audience. We know everyone's looking for Lightning goals. And when you're getting the opponent scoring 9, hopefully that's the last time that happens. It's not something we want to continue with, but Schoolie, you made a great point too. There's, you can scroll down to find them. We have what's called the moment of the game at the top, which is, I think back to Nick Perbix's overtime goal against the Kings. I think it was, I know there was back-to-back in there. And that's the moment of the game at the top. But if you want to see the tying goal, because they had a late rush there in the third period, I think they scored 2 in a row late to tie it up, you can scroll right down the page and find yourself reacting to those, because sometimes those are just as exciting, or you're just as excited. And it's certainly something we love doing. We're hoping to continue to do it. To your point as well, Shooty, about being on your phone, it's one thing too. Everyone's looking to capture it on their phone, right? Capture the overtime winner, capture the shootout winner, a big moment, a big play. Well, this is maybe another way to substitute it. That way people can live in the moment, which of course, is our slogan, is something that's kind of the company's based off of, and something we look forward to continuing.
And do you guys do you guys pack up before the end of the game, or are you guys still down there printing tickets even after the game? And can somebody now tomorrow night come to you and say, hey, can I get the game from 6 games ago? Can I get that ticket printed out?
Yeah, we're there. I think we were there for an hour after the last game I was at, which was the Avalanche game, just printing. I think our printer got a little warm, heated up a little too much, which is a great problem to have. I think we've printed over 100 tickets every game so far. So we're there. Sometimes there is a little bit of a line. We're learning too. We're learning, what the fans want, how many they want. You can go back and find your past game, and we're trying to just, get it down to a T. That way it's just an effortless promotion. Right now too, there's a way, I believe, in the app they programmed for last game where you can just select the ticket you want, select your image, select the ticket, and send it right to the printer, and it'll be available for pickup. So that way we're trying to avoid the lines as best we can. So we're learning as well. We want to hear from Lightning fans. It's at See Your Momento on everything on social media. We want to hear what we're doing right. We want to hear what we're doing wrong. And most importantly, we want the Lightning to score as many goals as possible every game.
Now, you said there was something with Hagel on that game against Florida, and that you wanted to wait till you got live to share it. What was up with Hagel there?
So obviously it was looking great. Hagel scores there in the first minute or two, and it's a 1-0 lead. And we just started with a great group of interns from USF and UT, University of Tampa. We've got a few of them in rotation right now, and so we're trying to do seat deliveries and bringing tickets to fans best we can as a thank you or just a surprise visit. And one of the interns, I wasn't there, but I heard the story from Austin, delivered it to Hagel's dad. It was him reacting to Brandon Hagel's goal. So that was really cool because that's something we've talked about doing. I know there's a run there, a few games in a row of rookies, and I forget who scored their first goal, but trying to find their family or friends in attendance and scoring the first goal is something we're looking to do as well. Because as much as it is, for the fans, there's family members of the players involved who I'm sure would love this feature and see themselves reacting to their son scoring a goal. So certainly it's an evolving process, but it was a really cool story to have, for the first time interacting with a player's family here.
That's cool. And they actually have that little door right next to where your table's at, where they go in and out of the family room. So you guys just have them printed and be like, here, find your loved one. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm definitely trying to go to the game tomorrow night. I'm going to post all of my pictures and videos and tag you guys tomorrow night on the We the Thunder X page. So definitely look for me to hopefully be having some fun and not crying like I was on Saturday night.
The other
That's
good
what we're
thing
hoping
is
for
that
too.
if you go down there to get your ticket, they'll pull up all the ones they have of you and let you pick which one you want printed out. It isn't like they're just going to say, here's the last one. So if it is a 9-2 game, but you celebrated for that first goal on Hagel, they're going to have that captured. And you can go down and get that one printed out when it was a good game for that first 2 minutes.
And how long has this been around? Is this just new this season?
So it's new this season. I believe the cameras were set up for the first game on December 21st against Vegas, which was a really good game. I think it was Nick Paul who scored late in that one. And from there, we kind of really started branding, marketing. The table was set up, I think, 4 or 5 games ago now. So we've really just been coming on strong. I got to give a lot of credit to Mark Favia, Andrew McIntyre with the Lightning staff. They have been incredible. Them and their support staffs have been incredible. There's nothing we've said so far that they don't want to try out because they love it. They know the fans have been loving it as well. And so it's just been great to work with them and get it going. And then, like I said, hearing from the fans about past games, or we did print a couple of past game tickets there because they're just, excited to see about it because we're fans first, right? This is what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the 20,000 people in the arena, to live through their roller coaster ride reaction photos, which is kind of how we're branding it. And so it's been a thrill so far. It's been really cool. We'd like to extend to both you two and then your entire audience. We have a store as well. You can get your images on coffee mugs. You can get them blown up into canvases, framed photos.
Don't tell Thomas
coasters.
Well, everybody's getting a shooter touching his nipple coffee mug.
Perfect. We'd love it. But we'd like to extend 15% off in the store for everyone listening. You guys as well. Just use code Momento 15 in our store, and you can put any picture of the games we've been at on there. It doesn't even have to be the one you got on a printed ticket. You could, like you said, find a funny one of you guys reacting. You can get that printed off or get it blown up as big as you want on canvas or in a frame. And we're looking to expand there too. So if anyone has good store merchandise ideas that you'd like to see your picture on or like to see your friend's picture on, again, it's at See Your Momento. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we're always looking to hear from the fans because that's at the end of the day what we're doing this for.
That's awesome. I love it. So how many cameras do you have at Amalie?
So we have 14. They're set up in the suites. You can see them. When we first started, we were looking for our cameras in the crowds as well. And basically, they're just angled in different ways that they capture. Like I said, I think it's like 97.8% of the stadium or something like that. There's a few overhangs from the ceiling that cut off the very, very top. But so it's really cool. We're looking into like getting the wide shots and getting those blown up for kind of our offices and everything, just to see like those overtime winners when you see the whole section that the camera's pointed at. It's so cool. It really is. I mean, we're all fans at the end of the day. I grew up in sports. I love sports. Always wanted to work in sports, but being a fan is a part of who I am. It's a part of who a lot of people are. So seeing those reactions, I think back to some of my favorite games with my dad, with my grandpa, with just friends, and having this feature or doing something goofy for the camera, knowing the camera's on us, or seeing the biggest moments, of my sports fandom in person and thinking back to, wow, how cool would it be to be looking back on this picture 10, 15 years ago and having a memory like this.
Who gets to push the button that takes the pictures?
I did for a while. But yeah, we have a great group of interns now that we're training on that because there's a little more to it. But there is a button that just says fire, and you just click it whenever you want.
I'll do that for free. I'll just sit
perfect.
So, Jack, where are you from? Like, what is your favorite sport and team?
So I grew up in hockey. I'm from Michigan, actually. Austin and I went to Michigan State together. So we're big Spartans. He told me about this idea in college, and as you can imagine, back in college, it was a little different of a mindset as far as, okay, yeah, let's do it one day together. And then I worked with the Flint Firebirds with the Ontario Hockey League for the last couple of years. I was their lead communications and also their play-by-play announcer. So traveled with the team. Ethan Hay is now with the Saginaw Spirit, but he was drafted by the Lightning in the 7th round this past year. He's a great kid. The Lightning have a really, really good one in their farm system with him. But I knew I always wanted to work in sports, hockey specifically. And so when Austin told me just before Christmas that he needs me down in Tampa for New Year's Eve to avoid the state of Michigan in the wintertime and come down to Florida, it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
Well, now, why haven't all 32 teams signed on? You said us and the Kraken are the only two right now. I could see this like catching on a lot of arenas because I've been to several arenas now to go for a Lightning game. And it'd be cool to have one even branded. Like I've been to Nashville, Carolina, Florida Panthers. It'd be nice to even have one branded from them when, we score down there and beat them, of course.
That's certainly our goal, and that's what we're looking for. I know we've talked to a few teams. It's certainly a learning experience here in Tampa, as much as it's been incredible because we're trying to see what works, what doesn't. That way, this summer when, hopefully the push is on for adding more teams or, going all 32 even, which would be, a dream scenario, we're ready to go. We want to be prepared to start off, strong wherever we end up. And we have a few MLB teams hoping to line things up for the summer here and be ready by opening day. But it's certainly an expanding business, something we want to scale as big as we can across all sports. And so it's just been really exciting kind of learning and testing things out in Tampa and just seeing how responsive the fan base has been so far. And like I said, we always want to hear what's working, what's not, and hopefully find ways to improve for the future when we do have all 32 NHL teams.
Try to sign on with the Rays. You only need 1 or 2 cameras to get all the fans there.
Ooh,
so funny enough, growing up in Michigan, I was Lions and Red Wings fan, but I grew up a Tampa Bay Rays fan in the state of Michigan. To this day, the story kind of escapes me as I've gotten older as far as why, because it's been so long now. But that was another part of him telling me I was going down to Tampa. I got to see the Trop for the first time in my life a couple weeks ago, so that was pretty cool.
What did you think of it? Did you go in, or you just outside?
I couldn't get inside. I'm hoping to make it to a baseball game for playoff time for the Lightning.
We want to hear what you thought about it after you go into a game, because there's a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people, think it's got a lot of character. A lot of people don't like it at all, but some people like myself have been to other Major League Baseball stadiums to compare it against. I'm in the middle. I like the Trop, but I've also been to other stadiums which are amazing, and the Trop
I only like the Trop because I know my way around it. So that's it. I know
it's
where
America's ballpark.
Parking.
That's what they say, right? So
yeah, I'd call it America's basement more than anything. We don't have basements in Florida, but we do have the Trop.
Yeah. It's one of the. I can speak to it a little bit because growing up going to Red Wings games, the Joe was kind of similar. It was the last of a dying breed of the stadium. And it's one of those things, looking back on it now, it's aged now that it's gone, just like a fine wine. Like you think back to, I could still smell the concourse from the Joe or feel how sticky the steps are. And it's just the character, like you said, that, when the Trop's done and they do finally
that was from the Octopus
baseball stadium down.
Sticky.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to seeing, what the Rays do with the next stadium. But I think the Trop will be missed as the years go on.
All right. Well, how do they find you? It's on X. It's at See Your Momento.
Yes, on X, Facebook, and Instagram, we're at See Your Momento. You can see it in my username there. And then lightning.momento.com. You go in, you pick your game, you enter your seat information, and you can find your favorite images and your favorite memories from Lightning's game so far. And hopefully that includes another cup clinching game on home ice this year. So that's what we're going for. And we hope to get a lot of great pictures during this playoff run. So,
all right. I got it right now, right? Lightning.momento.com.
My Momento.
Okay. My Momento.
Look at you.
I had it right. And you just said Momento. You missed it.
That's my bad. All right. I'll own that one. I'm sure I'm going to hear from everyone after.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet this out, and I want people to tag us tomorrow on Twitter or Facebook, whatever you guys are on, because we want to see your pictures on this thing. I'm going to do the same thing. Thomas won't be there, but I'm going to make my way to the game tomorrow, and I'm going to post all my pictures that you guys come up with. So I want to see other people's too. So go try it out, get signed up, put your seat number in, go get a printed version up in 128 if you want to get that printed version. But I think this is an awesome idea. I love it. We figured it out before you even contacted us. Thomas has he's going to get that framed. But thanks for coming on. Like I was telling you before we started, it's good for you to be on right now because there's not a lot of good hockey to talk about this past week. And unfortunately, this is the part of the segment of the show that we have to talk about that, but we'll spare you that and let you go. But really want to thank you for jumping on and sharing with everyone what it is you guys got going on at Amalie this season.
Yeah, thanks for the time, guys. We were really excited to connect with you, and you guys have great stuff. We've been looking into it, so appreciate it. And again, it's code Momento 15 for We the Thunder podcast fans and you guys as well in our store if you want to get the picture of Shooty touching his nipples blown up pretty big.
Get a t-shirt in that.
His wife couldn't find it. It was him and his wife, and his wife couldn't find it. And within like 2 minutes, I was like, here's all your pictures from your game. And he's like, how'd you find them? I said, listen, because I want to say that first game you guys did it, everybody was posting it. And it's been such a hit, but it seems like it's been more and more of just the regulars. And now, as they say in the retail or food service, it was the soft launch. Now it's your guys' big launch out here. It's fun, you guys. You can check the arena. I've checked different people's seats. I've checked all over the arena just to see different funny times and see who stands up. You get to see even upset fans when we score a goal. You can see them in some of the photos. So it's great to just look around in these things. We talked the difference about the fan cam, where the fan cam was a complete 360 that you just went around and zoomed in and zoomed out. But this one, literally you just put in your seat number, it goes right to your seats. It shows people around you, but then you can check anywhere.
Thomas, you seem like you're really into it. You're just checking all kinds
I
of
play
games.
with it every single game. Well, number one, now I make sure when I give away free tickets that the people that say they're going to be there is going to be there. You weren't here for this, Jack, but we were on the page that I started, Thunderbolts. We give away tickets all the time, and someone I gave away tickets to ended up selling them. So
Busted.
Yeah, twice.
Yep.
So this is a great way to see if these people are really going to these.
And he's frozen. But I'll tell you what, I don't know if he can still hear us. You're not at your seat for everything, Thomas. So were you checking like the different periods of time? Because I mean, the whole second period Saturday, I didn't even go back to my seats, but I did go and I stayed for the entire game on Saturday. 9-2, we lost. But at second period, I wasn't at my seats at all.
Well, I did. It's funny because I was officiating a wedding Saturday, so I couldn't be at that game. And the wedding was on Davis Island. And so when we were at the reception, I said, I don't want to leave the same time the game's going to end because I don't want to be stuck in that traffic. And then I'm at the reception. I just see Florida keep scoring and scoring. And I was like, we don't have to worry about traffic because there ain't going to be much people left in that arena by the end of this game. So we can leave it at any time.
No. Talk about a memento I did not want to keep. I have one more question for you, Jack. Have you watched the movie Memento?
I haven't. I'm gonna check it out now.
You have to watch it. It's a crazy movie. It's a really wild movie. You have to go watch it. You work there now, so
yeah, you got that right. So
it's
awesome.
a wild.
Thanks again, guys.
It used to be one of my favorite movies. Go check it out. And we'll post that up later so you guys can get on there. But yeah, thanks for joining the show. And yeah, thanks for getting all those cameras set up at Amalie Arena. This is like one of our favorite things this season, so we really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate the support, guys. Thank you, and looking forward to some Bolts wins here in the future.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. All right. Yeah, we're gonna talk about hockey. And I want to talk about why I'm not wearing one of the new jerseys, because I'm pretty sure last show I said I will be wearing one of the new jerseys.
You sure
did. Eventually I will be. But first we got to pay the bills. We got to pay the bills, Thomas Schooley. And you know who helps us pay the bills? GTE Financial. By the way, they've been out front at games. If you want to go grab a pretty decent Lightning hat, you can go to their booth right outside the arena, right on Thunder Alley. So go say hi to the GTE folks. Tell them you watched this show, because they'll probably keep coming back to us, just like they did this week. And we are trying to tell you guys about an event that is happening in Clearwater, Florida. There is a GTE Financial, their new community financial center in Clearwater, Florida, is opening, I believe, next week. But the little piece of paper they gave me does not say. So what we'll do is I will post the same link that I'm going to right now in the chat. This is where you can RSVP. It is 2168 Gulf to Bay Boulevard, and it is Saturday, the 24th. So that is the big grand opening of this community financial center in Clearwater. This is going to be a Lightning themed event. So that's why they wanted us to let you guys know about it. There will be a meet and greet with who's the original boss goalie for the Lightning?
The boss goalie?
Boss goalie. Not Happy Bolin, not Vasilevsky.
Pupa, right?
Darren Pupa meet and greet Saturday in Clearwater. Thanks to GT Financial. A special appearance by none other than Thunderbug. Thunderbug's going to be there. You know he doesn't miss a financial center opening. You will have the opportunity to win Lightning tickets, money. Just said money. You will have a chance to win money. Who doesn't like that? And a signed hockey stick by who is the franchise leader in points? This is a test.
Well, it's Kucherov now, isn't it?
No, franchise leader in points all time. You should know this. Give you a hint. His number's right behind you.
I was gonna say Stammer.
Yeah. So they're going to give away a signed hockey stick by Stamkos, money, Lightning tickets. Come see Thunderbug. Come see Darren Pupa. We will be posting about it tomorrow.
Does this say what time?
Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There is a Facebook invite. That's what the link is in the chat, and the podcast notes will add that on there too. So if you're not doing much on Saturday, go check out the grand opening of GTE's Financial Center in Clearwater. Again, that's Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And go meet Darren Pupa and maybe win some cool stuff. So that's exciting. I like this partnership between GTE and the Lightning. And
I actually got to talk to some of them in Thunder Alley the other day, and got the new hat. It's out in my car right now, but they're giving away. It's a really cool hat, and they'll sign you up. They got little. You just scan a little code, and you get sent an email right away saying how to get the Bolts bank card. So go see them. They've been there almost every single game this last couple weeks.
Well, hold on. If you're going to get the Bolts card, use our link for that.
Yes.
Okay. Use our link. By the way, they were going to send me a Bolts debit card so I could flash that thing around, and I didn't get it yet. So eventually I hope to get that. But while we're talking about GTE Financial, go get that Bolts card. You can still use the code Bolts card. We'll post posting about it once a week, so you can go check out our link and use our link to let them know that we sent you. And then they've also, if you don't want a debit card, you can go enter for that game day VIP experience. I did post on Instagram. I went down Saturday and took a quick video of where those seats are that the winner's going to get. They're incredible seats. Do you see that video?
No.
Really
I suck at Instagram. I'm sorry.
So I might as well share. So these seats are where the Lightning attack twice. And then it is where it's right behind the goal. It is like right behind where Vassey's going to be in the second period. So let's share here. And I'll share my video. But that's it during warmups. And this is the game, one of the last games of the season. I think it is the last home game of the season versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that's the seats right there. Front row, right on the glass. Amazing seats. So I really hope this is open to everyone. I really hope somebody that listens to this show wins those tickets. So you have, I believe, until like April 1st to enter, but go enter now. Put in the notes that We the Thunder sent you. You can always bring me. I don't think I'm eligible to win, but you can bring me to the game. I'll buy you a beer or two.
Can you enter more than once?
I don't know. Try it. Give it a shot. All right. That's enough talking about GT Financial, but we do appreciate their partnership on all this stuff. All right. Ice hockey?
Yeah, the games.
Oh, well, what do you want to talk about hockey first, or you want to talk about me not getting my jersey?
Oh, let's talk about you not getting your jersey.
All right. So couldn't go Thursday when the jerseys debuted, right?
I
go
there
Saturday and get there as early as I can. I didn't have to. I went to go hang out with Sticks of Fire, their tailgate, because of the really bad weather. It became a
Yeoman's.
meetup at Yeoman's, and we had 2 bays actually. So that was the first time I got to play Top Golf, which you can play golf or hockey or football or soccer, and it's really fun. So definitely check that out next time they do that, although I think they'll be back outside for a tailgate as long as the weather's good. But I go up there and I was set. I'm like, I don't have a Cooch jersey. I'm getting Kucherov. So I go to the team store. It's slammed, and I see Cooch has 1 rack, and there's like 3 jerseys left. One gigantic one that I could wear as a dress, and then 2 tiny ones. And I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, why are there so many Stamkos and Hedman and Chernak jerseys? Obviously, Cooch is a hot player right now, so his jersey is going to sell out. But it sure didn't seem like they had ordered extra. So I kind of complained. I ended up going back in the second period, and I was like, all right, let me order one. You can buy a blank one, and then
just get Cooch's name on it.
When I go back tomorrow, they'll have it ready for me. And I was talking to the lady, and I was trying not to complain to her. She was actually very nice and super helpful with everything. But I was like, I put on my Thomas Schooley hat for a second, only because I heard you say this in the past. I was like, who buys this stuff for you? Because I thought you guys would have, way more Kucherov jerseys since he's the best player in the NHL. There were, I guess everyone's already got Stamkos and Hedman, because there were plenty of Stamkos and Hedman. You know who was second behind Cooch, whose jersey you really couldn't get either? Hagel, because that was my second choice. And you couldn't get Sergachev. They didn't do Sergachev, which I guess makes sense if he's injured. He's not coming back this season. But anyway,
you can get just a note. You can get any player you want on there. You just have to buy the blank one and then pay the $100 to get the name. It's still the same exact price as buying it with the name already on it. You just have to wait. So if you want to get one and you want to get a Sergachev, you want to get a player that isn't already made, just go pick one of the blank ones up, take it up there, tell them you want a name on it, tell them what name, or even if you want it personalized, it's $100 no matter how many letters you use, no matter what name you put on there, whatever number you put on there.
And you can put Taylor Swift on there. So
yeah. Real quick, while you're saying that, so I had a meet and greet after Monday's game. It was with Sorelli, but they have cut Fire Sticks in half. I don't know if you can see that little black thing right there. All behind that is machines of them doing the third jersey. They set a record on sales of a jersey. This is the biggest selling jersey they've ever had. And now have taken over half of Fire Sticks to be able to press those and get
a production line going in Fire Sticks.
Yeah, they had it. They had a huge black curtain, but you could see through it, and you could see just machines and machines and machines with the letters and the numbers. And so they're doing them upstairs in the Fire Sticks.
And they are pressed on, not stitched. And I have seen reports, I'm sure you saw it, Schooley, of them, some not being pressed on as good as they should have been. So you can go back and they will fix that for free.
Yep.
But I like the New Jersey. I like it in person. I had to get one. So hopefully I'll get mine tomorrow and sticking with Cooch. But my whole point was like, what? This is like them having, if we're the Oilers, this is like them having more Evander Kane jerseys than McDavid, right? Like they probably should have thought of like, we're going to sell way more Cooch jerseys right now, right?
Well, they're backlogged. So they probably had, I know when I went on that first night, you had full racks of all of them and they kept filling them back up. So with all the different special orders and stuff, I'm sure they probably have one press dedicated to the already made names, the Kucherov, the Stamkos, the Points, the Hagels, and then the other 4, whatever they had up there for all the other players and special orders. So I'm sure now that they've had 4 days off, I'm sure they're going to have restock there.
Maybe I was just a little cranky because we lost 9-2. Maybe that's what it was. And I didn't get my jersey. But yeah, I mean, I don't even really want to talk about, I don't know what game was more disappointing for me. Was it the Panthers just whooping our ass, or was it losing to the Ottawa Senators, a team that we should have beaten?
Who said Matty Joseph was going to score? That would be me. Not only once, but twice. Yeah, it's inevitable. We haven't beat Ottawa this year, so even though we should have beat them, we're now 0-3 against them.
That's insane.
Yeah,
And yeah, of course he scores. He couldn't buy a goal in Tampa. That guy would get breakaways all the time and not score. And he's just going to score 2 goals like it's nothing against us on Monday night. So, I mean, there's not much to talk about. I think the Panthers game, like the team didn't play well, but a lot of their goals were kind of, tipped or screened or I thought the one was definitely goalie interference. The guy's stick hit his glove, and I'm like looking at it on my phone because they don't show you the replay in the arena, and I'm like, oh, this one's definitely coming back. Nope, Florida goal. Either way, not good enough. The whole team not good enough. Vasi not good enough. And Vasi didn't play much better on Monday versus Ottawa. And usually I give goalies a pass, but he's got to play better than he's played in the last 2 games.
Sorry, I'm right. Is right when he is right. I have to say it. We did beat them 6-4 in Ottawa in November. We lost to them. We lost them 2-5 in October.
Unofficial, official stat tracker.
Yes,
which helps. We need that. Thank you. But yeah, of course, every former Lightning player comes here and scores a goal. Hopefully, we don't face too many more old players. Although we got a trip up to New Jersey, it looks like this weekend. So Palat's bound to score. He hasn't scored against us yet this season, right?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's right, he did. What the hell?
He did. He scored the last game.
And I think it was Kim talking about the trades. What do you guys think about rumors regarding Noah Hanifin
and Tarasenko?
They're just rumors for now. And I don't know the entire cap situation. So I think what I'm going to do is see.
We have Sergachev's now. We have his LTIR space available. So we have some of that. We have that available. They would still kind of possibly have to make a trade. The Hanifin, the rumor is he's just said he wants to play for Tampa sometime. It doesn't necessarily say.
Everybody does.
I actually think that one would be a better one than the Tarasenko one. Tarasenko would obviously just be a rental, but it seems like Tarasenko has lost a step. But I
seemed to be fine against us on Monday.
Yeah, but for them to want to already get rid of Tarasenko shows you what they think of Tarasenko.
Well, I know that you are a Lightning insider, but I'm going to try my best to see if we can have the Lightning insider on next week. Not confirmed. Haven't even asked him yet, but I would like to get his take on what he thinks the team's considering doing here as we approach the trade deadline here pretty quickly. I did ask an expert, a Calgary expert, Audie James, who's been on the show before. He also worked on the Steve Dangle podcast network for a time. I don't think he's there anymore. But I asked him on Twitter earlier. He said, I think you'd be a solid add to the Bolts, decent fit, eats a bunch of minutes, and can play on the power play. I don't think the power play piece of it's too important. I guess maybe on the second line. But, I mean, he thinks he'd be a good fit. So I still think, they're going to look at anything they can do to shore up the blue line. And I think they're going to try to figure out bottom 6. They got to get someone, other people scoring on this team. We can't just rely on Cooch because in the playoffs, other teams will just put a target on Cooch's back and they'll just put up like their best line on him to stop him. So they've got to do something. And I'm expecting a win tomorrow because these last 2 losses have been pretty bad. You got anything else on those last 2 games, 2-game losing streak?
No, they sucked. Too many breakaways, both games. Too many breakaways against us.
Yeah, bad defense, bad all the way around. I mean, they get back into this mode of shooting the puck, but those shots aren't represented on the shot counter because we miss the net so much. Like, that's what I notice the most when we lose is like these guys just completely miss the net. Like they're not even getting them on net. So it drives me nuts. We need shooting practice. Everybody needs shooting practice. Get the puck
And
on net.
ever since that stat came out about the Bolts being number one in the power play and having such a good power play, we have now sucked on that power play. Not only that, there hasn't been much penalties the last couple of games. The Avalanche, we didn't see it much. We did see it a lot in Florida, but that's going to be interstate rival. You expect that. But then even Ottawa, I don't think there was even a power play until the third period. There was a couple match-in minors for both teams in the first and second, I think, but I don't think there was any penalty until the third.
Yeah, and here's where we're at. This is what we have to start looking at now because we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We are still in that wild card spot with 65 points, and we got Detroit right behind us. There's a little bit of a gap behind that, but guess what? The New York Islanders are pretty hot right now, or they've at least been playing well. So
I'm right. I'm not saying that we had any power plays in the game. There was only one penalty called, and that was Ottawa who had the power play.
But the thing that still worries me is we've still got we've played more games than the teams that are below us. So we just have to continue to put together, it doesn't have to be a long winning streak, although that would be nice. We've got to continue to win way more games than we're losing, or we're going to lose our spot there. And to be honest with you, if we just kind of hover at 500 or just enough to get in the wild card, I don't think we're going to make it very far. We have to go on that streak that I was kind of talking about last month in January. We kind of did, but that break killed us. That all-star break and the break that we had killed us.
They have to start putting it together, and they have to have some good away trips here coming. I mean, do you have the schedule right there?
I sure do. How do you know?
Right after Washington tomorrow night. Then we go on that trip for back-to-back. So
it's going to be rough. New York's playing well. We know that. New Jersey's right on our heels. The thing about New York and New Jersey is they're right behind us, but they seem to be playing with so much more desperation than we are. Like, when's that going to kick in for us? Because we can't.
You saw the Islanders gave up those in the outdoor series game, which
that was awful. Yeah.
I hope Greg Wolf's feeling a lot better. He's supposed to be back tomorrow night, so I hope he feels better. If anybody hadn't seen that update, he got E. coli from Super Bowl party, and he did the Devils Philly game, which if you watch it, if you've seen that, where the New Jersey Devil took Gritty's clothes, you can hear the commentary from Greg Wolf the whole time in there. So he was there in that game. And then the next day he went back for that Rangers-Islanders game, and during his pre-show walkthrough, he passed out. So he ended up not doing that game. He went back to the hotel, and now he's back in Tampa. He said he wasn't at Monday's game. He said the plan is to be back tomorrow's game. So hopefully he's healthy and rested and back also. But if you watch that second outdoor series game, you saw the Islanders give up some late goals to the Rangers. Of course, they emptied that net and made it a 6-on-4 because they had a power play. But they're making stupid mistakes. And Patrick Wall, he took over this team as coaching. I've seen different where he's like doing drills with them, suicide drills and everything with them during practice. So I'm not sure if he's got the respect of this team yet. But he's definitely teaching them like a drill sergeant. And so I have a feeling they're going to get their stuff together. Just hopefully it's not against Tampa. And New Jersey's same. They came out quick against Philly in that outdoor game and scored good and scored often. And they're a fast team.
Yeah. So we'll have 4 games to talk about next Wednesday, and like I said, we'll try to get an expert, an insider on the show for next week. What else you want to talk about? I'm pretty much done. It's been a crappy week of hockey. I'm ready for a good week of hockey.
I was going to talk about the trade things, which we talked about. If you guys haven't seen the block party with Ross Colton, that came out today. It's pretty funny. He has a pretty funny story there where after the Stanley Cup in the bubble, he woke up in his underwear, drunk in the hallway of his hotel room with outside of his hotel room, and security told him he had to leave the building, and he said, "No, I'm staying here," and had to get them to open the door, and there was his brother and his best friend passed out in the room also. So that was a pretty funny story. So go watch Ross Colton. He did it while he was in town here playing against us for Colorado. And that was a nice little tribute they did for him also. And I had Sarah was on here earlier, I know, talking. She said about how she couldn't tell if he appreciated his welcome back or not. Some players do not skate around like Killer did, like Maroon did. It's not typical unless they played here for a long time and were a huge part in this team that they get the standing ovation and around in the middle where they do the whole lap there. But yeah, it was a good listen to. So go check out. That's the only podcast you guys should be paying attention to.
What about ours?
Well, I said the only other podcast.
Well, I thought you said that's the only podcast you should listen to.
No, the only other one.
Someday this show is going to be good too when we're allowed to have NHL players. But I like the Momento guest. I thought that was pretty cool. If you guys have not tried that out, please try it. I'm going to tweet it out tomorrow. I'll put it on Facebook too because I want to see everyone else's reactions.
Follow them on X. They follow you back. They love seeing your pictures on X. So tweet out your pictures tomorrow night if you're at the game. Tag We the Thunder on there. Tag me. Tag my Momento. And let's just see how many different people's we can see. Or send me your seat number. Kim, I know yours. Stephanie, I know yours if you're there tomorrow. Serena, I know yours. But
just know Thomas Schooley's always watching.
Right. I will see you guys. So just tweet it out. Pull out the one you like. Pull out a GIF there, whatever, and tweet it out. And let's make sure the Lightning got something right this time. With this My Momento, let's show them and support it, and let's keep it. So it's not something we want them to do away with. We want them to keep it here. So let's show everybody, tweet it out, and so everybody gets to see this.
Speaking of things the Lightning are doing, are you gonna buy me a Marty St. Louis bobblehead and a ticket for that game?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
My birthday's coming up.
Don't get me started.
I like Marty St. Louis bobbleheads.
Yeah, so do I. But wait, I already have a ticket. Oh, and you get a free ticket to the Hall of Fame ceremony, which I already bought one of. So,
yeah. I don't have one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, these things that the STMs get emails for, and it kills me that they send them to the STMs. Like, how about have an email list that isn't for STMs so it doesn't piss us off when we read that we have to buy a ticket to get a bobblehead, and then and you get a free Hall of Fame ceremony ticket that you guys have already bought, but because we haven't sold that many, we're gonna go away for free now.
What about people like on the season ticket waiting list? Because I don't
send them it. Let you.
Yeah, I don't think I got that. So it's just bizarre to me.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just the fact that they send out to the SDMs, hey, if you buy a ticket to this game, I already got 2, thanks. I got 2. I don't need a third one, and you're not going to sit them next to me. You're going to sit them up in RO or S, and so basically you're paying for that fucking bobblehead.
Well, I was just kidding. I don't like bobbleheads anyway.
Liar.
They're not making enough money on those multiple new jerseys that they've come out with this season. So, all right. Anything else? Any questions? Oh, Serena's right. Star Wars night tomorrow night.
Yep.
Force be with you. Should I wear my my Darth Vader outfit?
Leave that at home for you and your wife. I am your father.
Yeah, Star Wars night, always fun. You know what I'm more interested in? Like a winning night. I hope tomorrow's winning night because we are not used to losing at home. So these last couple games have been quite strange.
And if you're in Thunderbolts and you get your picture with the Stormtrooper, post your picture in Thunderbolts. Mike Katana is going to be the Stormtrooper there tomorrow night. Get your pictures, tag him. He loves when fans get pictures with him and post the pictures. Hey, but I just got a pre-sale for Jennifer Lopez, Jenny from the block. Who wants that pre-sale code? It's Tampa.
You will pay you'll pay anything for that. So
pre-sale starts tomorrow, and the code is Tampa, all capitalized.
All right. Well, I'm going to put it in the chat one more time. I am actually going to try to go to this on Saturday, that grand opening in Clearwater for GT Financial. I would like to meet Darren Pupa. I'd like to get a Stamco stick. I think I qualify for these things. So I'm going to try to be there. So let me know if you're going, but go and RSVP on their Facebook page, which is what that link is to, and check them out and probably sign up for a Bolts card while you're there. So I think that's it for this week, unless you got anything else.
No, you got to post that code for my Momento to get discount.
I'm going to put it on the old Twitter box. Xbox. No, I can't say Xbox. That's a different thing. I will put it on there when we are through here. And then it looks like there's no game next Wednesday. So we will be back next Wednesday night. Guests to be determined. And hopefully we're celebrating. It was 4 games, wasn't it? Yeah. 4 games to talk about. So here we go. Buckle up, because we're getting here down to the end of the season here. And we
the Lightning do have a watch party on the 24th against the Islanders at Sparkman's Wharf. 1 p.m. the party starts. 2 p.m. puck drop. They'll have autograph prizes, Thunderbug, food and beverages specials, and more at Sparkman's Wharf on the 24th.
There you go. So go watch amongst friends at the wharf. Don't forget to bring your chair. Or no, was the thing you can't bring your chairs in there?
You can't bring a chair there, yeah.
Just sit on the ground. Okay. Well, this has been fun. This was probably the most unprepared we've been for a show in a long time.
Shooter literally got on the show 2 minutes before we went live.
But we made it. I'm going to go eat some dinner because I'm starving.
I got pizza.
I'm sure you do from here on out.
Pizza.
But yeah, we will see you this week. If you're going to the game, let me know. If you're going to GT Financial, we'll tweet that out too on Saturday. And until next week, this has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.
That's it?